welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another storytelling video, and this is about the night that I fell over. So what happened, this was a Saturday night last year when the World Cup was on, and I'd just not long been in my new job. So I was nannying in a new job, which I've actually been there a year now. By the time you watch this, I'll have been there a year. And I'd also not long been going out with Rob. I think I'd been living with him like for a few weeks, and obviously we're not together now, but this is a story with Rob in it. Anyway, so he said this Saturday that the England game was on. We're going to go and watch it in the Venture pub, which is near where we lived, and do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, because as much as I'm not like a massive football fan, but I do like watching the England games when it's in the World Cup and stuff, and I like going and cheering it on and, you know, watching, and I like just the atmosphere and sitting and having a few drinks and whatever. So it was a Saturday, but I actually had to work this Saturday. I had to go in for a few hours, and I wasn't going to finish till whatever time. So I went in, and they said, well, basically Rob was going to wait for me, but then he ended up going to the pub with his mate a bit earlier. So by the time I got home, I hadn't eaten anything. I hadn't eaten anything in the day at work because I think I'd started just after lunch, so it meant that maybe had like a cereal bar in the morning for breakfast, then I'd driven to work around lunchtime, and then the kids had already eaten, so I never ended up eating anything until we were out, and I think I had like a bag of crisps or something. Nothing really enough to line my stomach for drinking. So by the time I got home, I remember him saying, right, I'm at the pub, just come when you're ready, I'll meet you there. And I was really annoyed about it. I was like, oh, why couldn't he have just waited? Could have gone together. So I tried to get a taxi, and I couldn't. I mean, it wasn't that much of a walk. It was like 15-20 minutes walk, but I'd been working all day and I was tired, and I just wanted to get there, and I just wanted to have a drink and kind of catch up with everyone. There was only him and his mate, by the way. There wasn't like a big group of people, but I was still like, oh, I wanted to be there at the start. So anyway, after being a bit annoyed, I was like, oh, fuck it, just get yourself ready. Oh, sorry, that wasn't a very nice thing to say. Never mind, just get yourself ready, and you know, and it'll be fine. So I got myself into a nice maxi dress, and I phoned a phone taxi, and I couldn't get through to anyone, or there wasn't going to be a taxi for ages, so I said, right, doesn't matter, I'll just walk. So I put my headphones in, and off I went, started walking, and it was raining, so I had an umbrella up. I lost this umbrella that night. I've never got it back, and I'm gutted because I could really do with it, but never mind. So I'm walking along with my umbrella, and I was getting quite into the music. I think I was listening to Muse. I was like bouncing along. Anyway, I get to the pub, and they've got a large white wine on the table ready for me. So I was like a bit annoyed with them. I was like, oh, could have just bloody waited, but I was like, it doesn't matter, I'm here now. So I start drinking this drink, and I drank it quite quick, and then they went, do you want another one? Because they must have been nearly finished, and I was like, yeah, okay. So I'm drinking this other wine, and then it obviously, because I hadn't eaten anything all day, it's hit me hard, quite tipsy. So then eventually the football finished. I'd had these 2 glasses of wine, and we said, right, we're gonna go into Reigate now. To Urban 9. I'd never been to Urban 9 before, so we had cocktails there. So I remember walking to Urban 9, going in, and we got a table, which is rare. You don't get tables there because it's so busy. We were stood at this table, and I was like, right, boys, I don't know what I was thinking. I obviously thought I was loaded because these cocktails are expensive. I was like, I'll buy you both a drink. What do you want? Thinking they'd be like, pick some manly cocktail, and I remember one of them picked a strawberry daiquiri. There's nothing wrong with a strawberry daiquiri. I like a daiquiri, but it's in a very girly glass. So one of them picks a daiquiri, and the other one picks a Bellini, and I was like, guys, and I had like a bramble, which is like in a you know, a normal, what are these glasses called? Small glass, a tumbler, like a tumbler glass, and one of them's drinking out of a champagne glass, and one's drinking out of a big cocktail glass like this. And I go over, I put them down, and go, there you go, guys, there's your girly drinks. Anyway, so we have one of them, and then we ordered more, and we had a few more cocktails. I was quite drunk by this point, and yet again, I still hadn't eaten. So then we go to leave. One of them's driving, so definitely shouldn't have been drinking anymore. And then we go to walk home back to where me and Rob lived, and he said, let's get a Pizza Hut on the way. I was like, yes, yes, definitely. And somehow, I don't know how this happened, but I'd paid all this money for this big pizza. I don't know where I went, but Rob ate half of the pizza without giving me any, and then went, here's your half, and he went like that with the pizza box. Well, my half fell on the floor. I was bloody raging. So that at that point, after I hadn't eaten all day, they first of all left for the pub without me, then thrown my half of the pizza that I paid for on the floor. I was like, I stormed off. I dropped my bag, everything fell out, so I had to pick all that up. And then what I did was I walked, basically, they stood still and they watched where I walked, and I just did a big loop back to where I was. And they were just stood there waiting, they were like, ready now to go home? I was like, yeah, and I was still bloody starving. Anyway, we crossed over, and there was a path to go through the park. And somehow, I think it was Rob said, let's run. Right, I'm wearing massive, massive wedges. And instead of going, can't run, I'm in wedges, I went, yeah, we're okay. So Rob's running, I'm running behind him, and his mate's running behind him. And we're all in a mission, running. And then all of a sudden, I must have tripped, the ground's coming towards me. I actually put my elbows out, thank goodness, otherwise I'd have fallen on my face. And the next thing I know, I'm just lying there, lying on the floor. I don't know, still to this day, who kicked me up. I don't think it was Rob, I think it was his mate, because I don't actually think Rob had noticed. I looked at my arm, right, not kidding, all down here, that my elbow was gashed right open. It was grazed all down, it was grazed all down here. I had it all over my knees, and his mate was like, you all right? And instead of being like, shit, that hurt, I got up, I put my headphones in, because I had my headphones from town, put my music on, and I ran the whole way home. And at one point, I think it must have looked like I was running away from the boys, when I wasn't. I was just like on a mission to get home. When we got home, his mate drove home. I sat on I think I lay on the kitchen floor crying, realising what had happened, and I was like, oh god, my arm, it's so sore. And Rob just picked me up and put me in bed. And he didn't clean me up. He didn't clean me up at all. I didn't know how to clean myself up because I was totally out of it. The next morning I woke up and I was like, oh my god, my arms. And I looked at him and I was like, I've got to sort this out. Like, I cleaned it. I mean, luckily it was all right. It didn't break anything. It was just really gashed open. And I had to go back into work on the Monday, and they were like, how was Saturday night? Then I was like, oh, well, look, I fell over. But that was that. It's funny, it was funny, like I did laugh about it because I just thought I wish I'd seen me fall over, and I wish someone had seen it, but obviously his mate had seen it because he was behind me, but it must have just looked so funny. Anyway, yes, that's that story. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you want some more stories, then keep watching. Mwah, bye!